Oh yes, it's time for BS or Real Talk with ESPN's premier determiner of BS or Real Talk. LeBron James was asked by a reporter after last night's game how big a test it was for the Lakers. Here was his response.
I disagree on how big of a test it was. It's the first game. You know, obviously the NBA is back, and that's what everybody's trying to have the narrative of a rivalry game, and it's a huge test. I think both teams are not who they want to be. We have a lot of room to improve. We're a new group that's coming together. We have a new coaching staff. We have a new system. And it's not a rivalry. We're trying to get better every single day.
Friends, he says it's not a rivalry, BS or Real Talk. The sign's already up. There you go.
I'm disgusted by that comment from LeBron. Kawhi Leonard has come into Los Angeles as the reigning champion and NBA Finals MVP, the New Balance commercials and everything else. I'm coming for you. I dare you to do something about it. The entire basketball world is looking forward to this game last night. And you respond with a passive performance like that on the offensive side of the ball. LeBron James is elite. He's big time. He's on the Mount Rushmore. We get all of that mad respect for his accomplishments. We know what he can do. But my goodness, talk about not responding to the moment. This is L.A. We don't want to hear that this is not a rivalry. You're sharing the same arena. You're sharing the city. You're the two big-time title contenders. And obviously, you're the star, and he's the star for that team. What do you mean it's not a rivalry? What is he thinking about? I don't want to hear that from LeBron James at this particular point or at any point in the season. And I'm sure if you walk the streets of L.A., everybody would agree with me on that point.
He agrees with you?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a rivalry. I mean, you're talking about Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James has history. You go back to when he was on San Antonio Spurs, when he played great defense on LeBron James, when LeBron James was in his prime. Now LeBron James is a little bit older in his 17th year, and Kawhi's in his prime. He got to accept that challenge, and last night he didn't accept it.
Well, look, I think that it is BS, that it's not a rivalry. It is a rivalry.
It is a rivalry.
Like it or not, it is a rivalry. I do think we talked about this on the radio. I think some of the passivity, well, he's not looking very passive in this. This just got posted by the LA Lakers. Right. I think some of that passivity was intentional. I think he was trying to say, hey, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I said that Anthony Davis, the offense was going to go through him. Watch it. It is going through him.
Am I allowed to ask you a quick question?
You can.
Why couldn't that have waited till Friday? They play Utah. Why did it have to be open? I'm just saying, I don't mean no knocking against Utah. Why did it have to be open tonight? TNT's on outside LA Live. That hundreds of people are out there. Everybody's festive, hyped for this game.
Yes.
You're going against Kawhi. Why couldn't this have waited till Friday?
I get it. And I was watching the game, and you look at Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly takes on any challenge that it is on the basketball court. You look at what he tried to do in the playoffs against KD. KD was like, y'all know who I am. Right? Y'all know who I am because we were saying that he was locking him up.
Yep.
Last night, he was guarding LeBron James. Now, I think it's a little psychological warfare on Doc Rivers' part with putting him on there because he know LeBron is going to be aggressive for 2 or 3 possessions, then he's going to look to pass the ball. And I just think LeBron doesn't have that mentality all the time of taking it, putting his foot on the gas.
I wouldn't have held it against him if he had it last night and didn't have it Friday. But to not have it last night and then post that photo, that really gets on my nerves, Rachel. It really gets on my nerves.
The Lakers posting the photo. I will send their social media manager to you.
I'm not knocking them. I don't blame the Lakers.
Next up, we have Kyrie Irving, who a year ago told a crowd of Celtics fans he would come back to Boston if Celtics fans would have him. Yesterday, he said about picking the Nets, quote, "It was an easy decision. I was always coming here regardless." Guys, was Kyrie saying he was going to Brooklyn regardless? BS or Real Talk, friends? Woo.
It's BS. Kyrie would have went to New York if Kevin Durant had gone to the Knicks.
By the way, the Nets are New York also.
I understand that. I'm from Queens, so it's Brooklyn, Rachel.
Right,
I get to say that as a native New Yorker, but I understand.
Yeah, so you feel that if KD had said, no, I really want to go to the Knicks, he would have been going there anyway.
Yes.
I feel the same way. I mean, we heard the talks of these guys teaming up, and I just felt like, wherever KD was going to go, he was going to follow suit.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that Kyrie meant what he said when he spoke to that group of fans in Boston. I do. I think he meant it. I talked to him that week. He meant it. I don't think it was so smart of him to say it.
Say it, right.
Why say it then? Things change. We've watched Kyrie Irving for years. Things in his world change. Things changed over the course of the season. Was he going to the Nets regardless? I don't know. I agree that
he's an intellectual. He's a thinker. He really, really is. And he's really smart. He's a brilliant basketball player. But I do believe that he was smart enough to know KD is the truth and a half. And if KD was going to the Knicks, he wasn't going to the Brooklyn Nets.
But Kyrie was pushing the Nets between the two of them.
He was.
So, absolutely. All right, with the full return of NBA games, we got a little League Pass game of the night. Finally, our segment's back. Knicks at Spurs. What better way to kick off the season than Marcus Morris going to San Antonio? He reneged on the deal with the Spurs. Member in the offseason chose the Knicks. So, Stephen A., Mr. Knicks fan, will there be a little extra motivation for San Antonio tonight?
I think it will, because he left them high and dry to go to the Knicks. But how could you do this to me? How could I show up on my first appearance on the jump and you bring up the Knicks, Rachel?
It's because I love you.
The Knicks?
It's your team. I felt like,
Knicks and the Spurs.
This is a new season. It's like opening day in baseball. You never know what could happen.
It was a finals preview.
Nice.
I thought y'all had love for me.
We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks to all our guests today.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.